everybody. Nice to see a few more faces this evening. We moved our meetings around a little bit. We've had so many special Board of Selectmen meetings between the budget and special items that have come up. So we moved things around a little bit for sequencing during April. So this one is out of sequence a little bit. We have a couple more special Boards of Selectmen meeting coming up, have to do with the budget. Then we're going to be on the 25th, which is 2 weeks from tonight. We will have another regular Board of Selectmen meeting. That one will start at 6 o'clock, and it will be at the firehouse, because just following that meeting, we're going to have an informational meeting with regard to the transfer station. We'll invite the folks from Anchor Engineering will be there to go over the new programs for the station and answer any questions that may be available. We also have on the website a synopsis of the charging program for the station, and it'll be nice to take a look at that if you do come to the meeting and have any questions. If you can't make that meeting and you do have questions, please give us a call. We're right on target within budget and within a time frame, and we're hoping to roll into that July 1st. Folks, we don't have any minutes to accept. Alice hurt her back very badly, and she's going to be out for a while. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get somebody in next week to finish up the minutes and have a process. So I don't have last week's minutes of us to approve. So the first line of on the agenda is the Senior Center report. Okay, this is from Mark Lundgren, the Haddam Senior Center Manager. Gentlemen, March was a busy month. The center started the month with February's concert, snow postponed, on the 2nd with the former Haddam resident Ken Sweeney. He performed on 5 instruments, told stories, and sang in his folksy style. He will likely be asked back. On the 5th, 18 seniors participated in a discussion on safety in the home. It was led by Mrs. Meredith Ray Ellsberg of the Middlesex Health Care Center. They also have graciously provided cookies on concert days. Many thanks. Later that day, Club 60 members filled the center for a meeting. It's good to see their members growing, and they now number well over 100. Not all were present at that meeting. 37 seniors gathered at the center for a second beef and cabbage lunch on the 15th. On the 16th, the packed house enjoyed our fourth in the Lunch with Haddam Senior Series. Haddam's own Black Swamp returned with Irish music and singing. They were followed by 4-step dancers from the Mulcairn School of Irish Dance. The only way to come close to the quality of this concert is to have them back next year. 26 seniors took part in the discussion on living with arthritis discussion with living with arthritis, led by Middlesex Hospital occupational therapist Linda Gredness. These gatherings have been top-notch, and each month the members have grown. Needless to say, the hospital has been a good partner. The April 16th topic is I can catch this word.
Close enough, no, I can try.
Okay.
Gastro something.
Yes, reflux disease on heartburn. Anybody know how to pronounce that word?
Heartburn.
Heartburn. Okay. On the 27th, 8 seniors went to Haddam Elementary School and read to the 2nd grade, followed by a snack. This was a real good time. 29, both vans and a car, seniors went to the new Perpez Candy Factory Visitor Center on the 29th. We then went shopping and had lunch at the Cracker Barrel. Now, I know, thank you for listening to this and letting me go through this. This is really, really, really great progress. with our seniors. And we're really very proud of the fact that there are so many that are beginning to gather and come together for these functions. Our senior population is growing, and we really need to be very vigilant in offering the services that we can to help them adjust to this wonderful time of life. I also have a report from our Haddam Municipal Agent for the Elderly. Gentlemen, the state's Ms. Cheryl Jackson met with me at the Senior Center and gave me an in-depth orientation. The time was spent on the most common questions I would be asked and where to go for answers. We also spent time on the types of grants available. I expect this to help us as we go forward in replacing our aging band. Ms. Jackson also set me up with a local mentor. My mentor, who I have called twice this month, is Miss Antoinette Astle of the Middlefield Municipal Agent. Small world, I have known her for decades. A more formal training takes place in Norwich in the town in the fall, which I intend to attend. Not only have I been involved with the ongoing hoarding issue, this one will take a lot of time. I have been working with 2 seniors for the purpose of obtaining renter's assistance for homeowners. I have been suggesting taking advantage of the town's elderly tax relief benefit. I continue to pass out my business cards back with a magnet. More recently, I have distributed 9 town transit schedules for the bus services along Route 154 to Middletown or Saybrook, which starts on April 2nd, 2012. Folks, you might want to make a note of that. That service does start April 2nd, 2012. There will be bus stops along Route 154. Also, you might want to make a note of the town's elderly tax relief program. That's something that the selectmen have looked at. We're close to making some decisions on it as to possibly growing it a little bit. Things have changed quite a bit since the last time we reviewed it. So those are 2 items that are very meaningful. The elderly agent is there for folks. A phone call away, very important with regard to services, anything from tax services to benefits to programs. It's an extremely important function, and we're glad to have the Senior Center Manager, Mark Lundgren, who is also the Haddam Municipal Agent for the elderly. Okay, we have a few tax issues this evening, tax credits. But before I get to that, let me see if our regional District 17 rep is here tonight. No, okay. They are completing the budget. They've submitted another revised form to our Board of Selectmen Board of Finance for review. They're honing in on it and have really been working hard to do the best they can to make this year a much more reasonable approach to the expenses for the school. We continue to keep our fingers crossed and are hopeful. Okay, with regard to the some correspondence that we had received, there was a notice that came by. I'm not sure if I sent it to you guys or not. If I didn't, I apologize. But the Haddam Land Trust has a new chairman. It's Bill Cohen.
Bill Cohen?
Yes.
Cohen.
Thank you, Bill Cohen. Okay. Additional transfers, we don't have any this evening, and our tax refunds. All right, I have one for Tracy Skulick, S-C-H-U-L-I-C-K, in the amount of $18.34 for an automobile. I have one for Gregory Dutch, D-U-C-H, in the amount of $114.75 for an automobile. And I have one for Don Kenson, in the amount of $7.08 for an automobile. We have one for Helen Pitlick, in the amount of $84.68, and that's for a home. And we have one for Warren Minkler in the amount of $84 as well, and that's for home. Can I have a
Motion to accept.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you. Okay, we don't have any resignations this evening. We do have a couple of continuous appointments. Note from Mark Stevens, who is the chairman of the wetlands, and the wetlands. Paul Best, Joe Lorenzo, and Joe Stevens have volunteered to be reappointed to the Board of Selectmen, to the Haddam Wetlands Commission. Their terms expire 5/1/12. I have a motion to renew those for the 3-year term that the charter calls for.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor? Thank you. Robin Molly has volunteered to take Chris Alexie's regular member position and be reappointed. Sir?
That's already been filled. DeCarlo filled Chris Alexie's permanent spot.
Has been filled?
Yeah, there's an alternate available. And we have an alternate, 2 alternates available, and then we replaced one named
What's the
Chris.
Carly? What's the Carly?
Jeremy DeCarlo.
Oh, okay.
Remember how we did it
Right.
last one?
Okay.
He took Chris Alexie's permanent spot. I think we have an alternate spot left.
Okay, I'll take a look at that and revisit that. Thank you.
No problem.
So he took
Who was that person's name?
Jeremy DeCarlo,
Has he been on the board?
No.
just was appointed last Board of Selectmen meeting
Yeah.
What?
to take Chris Alexie's permanent position.
Okay, we'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
We'll hold that last one. It's a May 12th, it's a May 1st anyways. Okay. Matt? Okay. Okay, at the last meeting, we were fortunate enough to have Tom Worthley spend some time with us discussing the Concord-Pottsett Regional Greenway. And he left a tremendous amount of data with us, and we reviewed it over the past 2 weeks, and I'm confident that in the resolution that he's asking for, that resolution reads, now therefore be it resolved that the town of Haddam supports the establishment of the proposed Concord-Pottsett Regional Greenway, and through the Connecticut River Estuary Regional Planning Agency to be publicly recognized by the Connecticut Greenway Council for official state of Connecticut Greenway designation. Can I have a motion to make that resolution?
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you. Send that up, congratulations on a nice job, well done. All right, we have some jail bids to talk about this evening. Okay, the jail program, the rehabilitation program, as you know, is being facilitated by our capital plan over the 5-year period. It's adjusted for stabilization period purposes to initiate protection from safety, and also to remove hazardous elements that, with the hopes of stabilizing the structure for future use in the nature of the historical venue that it represents. And in that regard, I have the results of the bids for the work that Fuss and O'Neill has supervised with regard to the asbestos abatement and demolition of the back section of the building. If I may, I'll read this to you. Fuss and O'Neill. Earth Science LLC. Okay, at your request, at our last meeting, we reviewed the qualifications and approaches of each of our original bidders. Our discussions found each of the bidders to be qualified. In addition, representing the town of Haddam, we requested each bidder to provide the bid for the project and added the demolition to the back structure. PCB's specifications and the demolition are adhered to, and he goes in to give us the final 3 bids. And the base bid was from the Connecticut, let's see, we have 3 bids. One is from the Connecticut Tank Removal Incorporated. Okay, and that bid is $42,950 for both the base bid and the demolition of the back structure. AAIS Corporation, their bid was $64,219. And Has-Pros Incorporated, their bid was $59,000 even. On the basis of these bids, the qualifications, and all of the stats that were provided for Fusto and Neal, they feel comfortable in recommending that we secure the Connecticut Tank Removal Company for $42,950, which falls well within the monies that we have allocated.
How much do we have now?
54,000, 54,
Okay,
56.
That's available.
Yeah, that's available now.
Now.
Yes. Yeah. So on that basis, I'd like to recommend that we award this bid to the Connecticut Tank Removal Company.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Great. Okay, once again, we need a resolution this evening for the liability grant for the farmers market. This is one of our success stories that we have helped various organizations start up and that represent our town, have helped support them with the hopes that they would get on their own feet. In this particular case, they have. So we have, part of that is a viability grant that is with the Department of Agriculture in the amount of $4,500. And I would, this is a town grant that is administered by the town, and the funds are distributed accordingly. And on that basis, I'd like to ask for a motion to allow me to sign this resolution.
I will make a motion.
So the grant to the town,
Mhm.
the town will have the money, who's going to monitor it?
Oh, we will.
Do you have any questions? We had one this past year, and both the state and Georgia were quite happy with how all the accounting administration went, so
Good.
we're closed.
Yep. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Great. All right, and the final item that we have on the agenda this evening is the second petition regarding the Connecticut State General Assembly Special Act 11-16. As you know, we have received our second petition from a group of Haddam residents with regard to the request to hold a town meeting for the purposes of resolving the town's position to be against the so-called land swap. This particular petition that we have now takes a little bit different direction, but essentially is of the same nature. It reads through the resolution. That it is resolved that the town of Haddam, acting through its town meeting, and after having had the opportunity to debate the merits of Section 8 of Special Act 11-16 respectfully, 16, respectfully are notifying the legislature and governor that the citizens of the town of Haddam are not in favor of this legislative action, and have instructed their first selectman to write a letter to the legislature stating that the citizens of Haddam, acting through their town's legislature, are against the Haddam Land Swap, Section 8 of Special Act 11-16. The petition was brought into the town clerk. Some of the signatures were qualified, but there were certainly enough signatures to make this an acceptable document to be reviewed by our attorney. We have forwarded it to our attorney. And I'd like to read you his findings. Your letter asked me to comment on the March 28, 2012 petition to the Board of Selectmen to warn a town meeting regarding the real estate exchange between the state and River House LLC. The petition seeks a town meeting to adopt the resolution that, quote, the citizens of the town of Haddam are not in favor of this legislative action, end of quote, i.e., the real estate exchange. The resolution would further, quote, instruct the first selectman to, quote, write a letter to the legislature stating that the citizens of Haddam, acting through their town's legislature, are against the Haddam Land Swap, Section 8 of Special Act 11-16, end of quote. The action this petition calls for is not a proper matter for a town meeting. Moreover, it calls for a resolution that infringes on the discretion and authority of the selectmen. Connecticut General Statutes 7-12 describes the duties of selectmen. Among those duties is the duty to superintend the concerns of the town. When a general power is given to a municipal officer, whatever it is necessary for effective exercise of that power is, in the absence of express authority confirmed by implication. It is clear that the court has long been willing to imply to town officials that powers reasonably necessary to implement authority expressly delegated. It is also true, however, that such implied authority may be limited under the facts of a particular case, or by express restrictions on such power, citizens omitted. Hartford's American Arbitration Association, 174. In my opinion, the subject matter the proposed resolution calls for is a matter that is within the authority granted to selectmen by statute, that is, to superintend the concerns of the town. Therefore, the duty, authority, and the discretion to superintend the concerns of the town being conferred upon the selectmen, the town meeting does not have the authority to usurp the statutory duty of the selectmen. By way of more concrete example, suppose a petition that resolves that the selectmen will settle a certain lawsuit in a certain manner. The fact that the town charter, Section 6.3c and General Statute 7.12, confer that authority exclusively on the selectmen means that a town meeting to direct the selectmen in matters that the selectmen have exclusive authority is improper. I hope this is sufficient to answer your questions you may have. On the merits of this letter, I'd like to make a motion that the petition that we provided be denied, and that we do not act on it accordingly.
I'll make the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. Thank you. We're going to open up for some comments for this evening. I would like to ask the first battery of the comments to be with the town residents. I know some unfamiliar faces here this evening, so if the town residents can ask some questions first, if time will allow, we will discuss some matters with non-residents, and if that time does not allow, we will certainly open up for written questions that can be directed to us at your leisure.